Now that we've loaded a table, let's perform some column arithmetic. Let's say, for example, that I want to know the difference between the values in the 2015 column and the 2010 column. I can't just subtract 2010 from 2015. That will do arithmetic on those numbers. Using the strings doesn't work either. What I need to do instead is find the column of values as an array. So I take US pop, which is my table. I ask for the column labeled 2015, and there I get a bunch of numbers in an array. Likewise, I can get a bunch of numbers in the 2010 column, and if I take the difference, then I get a bunch of differences. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative. Positive whenever there are more, for instance, 0-year-olds in 2015 than 2010, but there were actually fewer 2-year-olds in 2015 than 2010. Now, arrays in general are very hard to look at, so what I need to do is put these numbers into a table. Step 1, I'll give the array a name. Change, the change from 2010 to 2015. Now, I'll build a new table based on the US pop table, but which also has some additional columns. One column will be called change. I use a string because this is the label for the column, and then I write down the name in my computing environment, the Python name, for the array that contains all those values. These don't need to match. I could have used any word here. For my label, I just chose the same one in order to keep things clear in my mind. I can also add other columns. For instance, if I want to know the total growth as a fraction of the 2010 population for that age group, then I would divide the change by the values in that column. So here's the census table. It has the US pop columns. It also has a change column and a total growth column, which I get by dividing change by this number, 3.951330. Gives me 0.0067. Okay, a lot of this is hard to read, so I'm going to set the format. I'm going to set the format of the change column to be a number, and I'm going to set the format of the total growth column, that's column 5, to be a %. So that's the difference in the number of 1-year-olds between 2010 and 2015 is 10,000, which is 0.27% of the 2010 number. So just to review, if we ever want to perform arithmetic, such as subtraction or division, we have to get ourselves some arrays. Columns are arrays. So I get an array there, I can subtract. Here's an array again. How do I know it's an array? Well, I have to look at where it was assigned. So change is some name in my environment that was assigned to all these numbers. And likewise, this is an array because it's the column in the table. Here I perform arithmetic, and then I put it all together into a table.